I'm happy for you, Dustin. The Spirit told me that you needed a message, and you've been pretty consistent in chat, and I felt it to be an honor to read for you last night. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm not using this mic, I'm using a different one. Just to see how it would work. It's a little bit kind of feedback. I wonder if I switch it up. See if that works a little better. Yeah, sort of, kind of. All right, Spirit, what's tonight's message? What's the overall energy of tonight's message? New beginnings? Yeah, new beginnings. And reciprocation, reciprocity. New foundations, new beginnings, new foundations, reciprocity, new commitments. Yeah. Regarding self. Lots of changes. And collaboration. I guess I better get the cards out. I haven't got the cards out yet. So 90% of my stuff is moved. And in storage. There we go. Sure. Thank you for your patience, collective. I'm just grabbing some stuff. I packed up my my singing bowl too quickly, so I ended up going back to storage, and I found it and I brought it back. Welcome in, James, Helmet. O universal source, divine breath of creation, you who exist in the realm of creation and subtle energy, may your sacred frequency be awakened within us, and may we embody the divine essence, allowing the kingdom to rise within our hearts and souls. Allow the divine will of physical merge realms in the cosmic divine pattern, microcosm to macrocosm, nourishing us with cosmic divine vitality and divine wisdom and life force. Divine energy of cosmic consciousness, restore us of any misalignment and confusion that has been created against us. As we release what no longer serves us, let it release the blocks that hinder forward movement. What we release then releases us. Invoke our discernment and awareness to not be deceived and awaken our divine blueprint of destiny, giving us the synchronicities and signs to banish doubt, fog, and confusion. Protect our divine path, rescue us from illusion of separation from our divine purpose and soul family. In the name of the divine order of our inner sacred kingdom, match our outer experience, and may the creative spark always be lit within and protect us on our journey, and guide us through divine intervention. Within the mind, within the heart, within our soul, and outer experience, now and forever, and so it is. It is done, it is done, it is done. I want to thank you for joining me this evening, Collective. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick collective message, energy check-in, and then I will open the table for you. I just want to see what the energy is tonight. Okay? Spirit is wanting me to switch over the mic, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Check, check. Check, check. Let's see if this makes a difference. How was that, guys and gals? How was that, guys and gals? How was that, guys and gals? Pardon me. How about now? How about now? How about now? Okay. All right. Oh, that's another thing I need to do. Alright, collective, let's get into it. Thank you for joining me tonight. If tonight's message resonates, feel free to throw me a super thanks, super sticker. If you'd like to get a personal reading, recorded readings are still available. Tonight being an open table, if you hold patience, you can go ahead and get one after the collective. Alright, Spirit, what's going on with the overall energy? Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light. Please provide an energy check-in for the month of February for my collective. What is the best blessed messages for my collective for the month of February? The Ten of Cups. Alright, so we have the Ace of Swords out here as well, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel that there's something here about your independence. You need to keep this quiet. Okay? There's definitely some sort of clarity coming in. You are going to be moving forward with clarity. The fog is clearing, collective. Okay? The Seven of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. And Spirit saying something about the fact that this isn't you, this is somebody else. And whatever this is, there's definitely something about something working in your favor here. So whatever you're losing, it's a blessing. Six of Wands as well coming out. The Fool in the reverse. We got the Four of Pentacles here as well, in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups. The Death card is in the reverse on the bottom of the deck, and we have Hermit on the top of the deck. So overall, with this message, collective, that there's something new coming in for you. The month of February, as insane as it may seem, there's definitely some sort of victories, some sort of success coming out. I want one more, just to clarify this over here. And we got the Five of Swords. I'm really kind of picking up at the fact that there's somebody out who wants to come in and give you something, but it's an ultimate lemon. Okay? It's almost as if they want to, okay, so Spirit's saying something that was meant for you, it's a lemon. Okay, this is something that maybe had your name in it at one point. I'm really kind of picking up on a house. It would be more of a, it's going to be more of a lemon than anything. So there's definitely something here about, with the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, there's definitely something about you finding some sort of wish fulfillment. There's some sort of a happy ever after kind of situation. And this is protected. There's definitely something coming in regarding compassion or some sort of love offer. This is ultimately the Ten of Cups. This also is recognition, it's victory, it's triumph, it's success. So there's definitely a lot hanging on the balance of this collective. And way forward, the fog is about to clear. Okay? Now, somebody's going to come in and get you to gaslight yourself about moving forward. Okay? The Fool in the reverse. I do feel that there's some sort of thinking. But I feel that this is somebody else's energy. Okay? The thing is that someone owes you. They thought they were getting success with making you overthink and making you question everything that you know. But I find that this person is no longer in your energy. And the thing is that they see that you are investing and you are working with clarity towards your wish fulfillment and your independence. They see what you are investing in and that you are being patient, you are being consistent, you are being methodical, very intentional. Okay? And they also see that there's something here about you taking some sort of a loss of stability. There's also someone coming in and wanting to reconcile. They feel that they owe you this reconciliation because they got you to overthink and they really held you back from taking a leap of faith moving forward. At least something here about coming forward with some sort of compassion. Could be some sort of love offer. They feel that they're going to be successful with this. And I feel that there's something here about them trying to make you overthink your clarity and what you're investing into. They're wanting you to overthink that. They want you to feel stagnant. I'm really kind of feeling a weird energy with this. But you need to stay consistent, because whatever you are losing out on, whatever you're letting go, okay? I do feel that there's going to be some sort of reconciliation with that. We're going to look into this a little deeper. Welcome in, Sonia. But I do see there's definitely independence and wish fulfillment and clarity, and you actually getting back what you're investing in. I feel there's a major energy shift happening. These people that were living in a fairy tale world, at the same time, you stand in a very real, authentic energy collective. And the thing is you tried to warn these people about what was coming, as have I. The thing is that people didn't want to listen to you. People didn't want to hear you out. And the thing is that you've been consistent with growing whatever you're investing in. You've been consistent with it. And they're out here wanting you to take a loss. And now, because you've been so consistent, now they are seeing the fruits of your labor. They're seeing what's going on. And now they all of a sudden want to come in and reconcile with you. I really feel that these people can't get back in your energy. They've been blocked out. Welcome in, Bradley. You may have blocked them out already, mainly because I really feel that these connections weren't serving your highest good. They weren't serving your peace of mind. They were causing a lot of stress. They were expecting you to I'm really getting a sense that they were trying to pretzel you into something that they wanted, and every time you went to elevate, they tried to pull you down. Spirit, can I get some clarification on the Ten of Cups? Yeah, so somebody doesn't like being ignored. Somebody didn't like being disregarded. They didn't want you to look the other way. They didn't want you to leave them behind. But the fact that you're finding your independence, you're no longer holding on, you're no longer clinging, you're letting go, you're finding peace of mind. The whole thing is you're no longer living in the past. The thing is that with this Ace of Swords in the present, in the reverse, I'm really feeling like somebody wanted you not living in the moment, somebody not, some of you becoming aware They didn't want you living for today. They didn't want you living for the now moment, now energy. They wanted you living in the past. But you're finding the clarity with that now. You're not willing to work on somebody else's terms. You're not begging anymore. You're not negotiating anything. Specifically with what you're focusing on. I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, they were trying to dangle a carrot in front of your eyes. And in this, they were trying to distract you to make you lose out. You're finding the missing pieces. They wanted you locked away as far as you're concerned. They didn't want you moving forward. They didn't want you being free. And this was how they were trying to make you lose out. They wanted you to lose out on your foundation of what you were building for yourself. But ultimately, you let that go. You let that whole deception go. You're not in that energy right now. Yeah, you're done with the history. You're moving forward. You're not looking back. You're moving forward with passion. Yeah, you're cutting out these party influences and the manipulation that was supposed to happen with you, what they were trying to do to manipulate you and rip you apart. You've cut all these people out. You've cut all this manipulation out. You were successful with that. Yeah, so they were trying to spread rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image, making you look like the fool, and they're ending up to be the fool. Because now they're overthinking, now they are in this energy where everything that they did to you didn't even faze you. Because you're 30. It was all pointless. I'm also getting that they're getting caught up for this. You ripped their mask off. I'm also feeling that your ancestors are coming to collect everything that they did to you to thwart your investment and to thwart what you were building for yourself. They owe you big time. Yep. They thought that they could just walk away scot-free from this. They're not. They can't move on from this. They can't end this cycle because they want to learn any particular lesson. Well, they're learning a lesson. And what was meant to make you feel destitute is now turning on to them. Like, they wanted you to basically, everything gaining, they wanted you spending all at the same time. Just as fast as it come in, they wanted it to be going out. Okay, they didn't want you to have anything. They didn't want you to have the ability to save money. They want you to have the ability to be stable. They didn't want you to be in this energy um, of stability, of consistency. But you're very patient through all of this loss that they said, whatever they sent to you. You're very patient. Yeah. And the thing is they have no other choice but to pay attention, because everything that you spoke on is now coming to pass. And they were thinking that you were delusional. And now somehow they want to come back in and apologize. They want to come in and be compassionate. They want to come in and ride on your success. And they've been blocked out. And I'm really feeling that they're sitting there with a lot of regret. Wow. Okay. The top one too. Okay. Yeah. They wanted you to overthink on action. There's some sort of news coming in and a collaboration coming in. They wanted to put that to rest. The unknown is becoming known. There's definitely a journey up ahead. There's definitely something here of a foundation being built within a community. And there's going to be certain that's going to come forward. However, this is going to bring a lot of distrust in certain people regarding this knowledge. And you're going to find out who's been loyal to you, trying to lock you down, and who's actually making false promises. Okay? Is there anything else that you want me to clarify on this? So there's definitely somebody wants to explain themselves. They want to apologize. Yeah, so they want to reconcile with this whole idea that everything that you were creating and how productive you were, they were trying to destroy it. They were focused on themselves, on gaining for themselves. They wanted to try to stop your transition. They didn't want you to rediscover your benefits or your talents. They were trying to change your frequency so you could not be protected. They wanted to bring out the worst of you. But you definitely alchemized this and you balanced it. And whatever they were trying to do, you brought it to a major destruction. They are not able to continue doing what they're doing. They had no reason to do what they were doing. And all they were trying to do is create clouds. They wanted you to be in a fog. They're trying to gain control over you and your fortune. They were trying to reverse your fortune. But you are a champion out here, collective. You've achieved a lot. You've done a lot of healing, and they were trying to bring you down to your downfall. But you rose above it. So everything that they wanted to lose was only a blessing in disguise. Because these people didn't serve you at all. They didn't serve your highest. They didn't serve any part of you. They didn't help you. They didn't elevate you. Ever. They were trying to keep you small. They were trying to keep you in a bubble. They were trying to keep you hidden. They were trying to keep you in this energy that you were never going to amount to anything. But you rose above it anyway. They didn't anticipate this. They really didn't know who they were playing with. They didn't know who they were messing with. And ultimately, it's only bringing them to their demise. To which this is what they were hoping for you. They were trying to confuse you and make it to where it was not making sense. They were trying to deceive you and keep constant battle. So that way things were not working in your favor. But that whole energy is about to change for you, collective. Okay? And ultimately, they did not anticipate this happening to you, or happening to you, or anything for that matter. They wanted you basically destitute and having nothing. And that's coming back to basically, it's coming back to bite them. They didn't anticipate all this happening. You literally came through and minimized everything that they were doing to you. Let's see what the oracle, the unknown oracle, has to say. So you're definitely trusting your star seed energy. You're very vibrant. There's also something here, witnessing self and pure awareness. So you know who you are through and through. If you've been questioning whether or not you have narcissistic tendencies, that you are a narcissist and you're full of yourself, you're really not. Somebody's been gaslighting you, trying to make you seem toxic, but you're not. Alignment, ease in decisions and actions. So things are going to get a little bit easier for you going into the next, going into this month. Okay? The energy is about to shift. If it hasn't already, if you haven't seen the energy shift or felt the energy shift, it's definitely going to shift for you. Okay? He wanted you to look non-committal, that you were not committed to your life, committed to responsibilities, committed to what you were building for yourself. Okay? They want you seeming very aloof and flaky and non-committal. But this was ultimately them projecting onto you. And anything that was, anything that currently right now within this month that is being destroyed, let it happen, because it's not meant to be to begin with. This is a meaningful destruction of annihilation with the storm. This is ultimately helping you make room for new blessings coming in. Welcome in, Harris. How are you feeling? It's been a quick minute. Are you in Ontario by the chance? I thought I remembered you were in Canada. Dark looming energy, unwilling to forgive. So there's definitely something here in the shadows collective that's been trying to bring you down, been trying to create a situation for you of loss, of dissent. They didn't want you ascending. They didn't want you stepping up into something beautiful. Welcome in, Renee. Welcome in, Elizabeth. Welcome in, Jim. Bradley, James. T. Harris. Welcome in. Yeah, so they want to be ultimately self-sabotaging yourself, fatalism, hopelessness, nihilism. So they wanted you basically in destructive mode. But you're awakening. There's definitely an aha moment, or there's definitely an awakening. There's definitely something coming into you to bring some sort of awareness to you. Somebody thought that they were very righteous at trying to bring you to spiritual bypass, to keep you in a funk, to keep you in an energy that you were not connected to source. And that is falling at the wayside. Okay? You're definitely in an energy of destiny. You're definitely witnessing a shift with your destiny. You've made a pretty deep vow with the divine, and you're standing on it. You're not allowing people to come in and dictate to you about what you're going to do with your life and try to distract you or whatever else. And Spirit's saying something about you being untouchable, unwavering loyalty to the divine. Yep. So they wanted you to throw away your potential. They were very envious. They wanted you to seem greedy and envious, grasping, and very dim. Meanwhile, you're supportive, you're generous, you're abundant, you're reliable. They were ultimately trying to dim your shine. They were trying to trap you. But you're very stable, strong, and graceful. But they're trying to trap you, trick you, keep you in a bubble. They wanted you to get aggressive. They wanted you ultimately bitter. But you're very curious, you're very playful, you're open, you're very much a creator. You work with the creator, you are one with the creator. You're also very clairvoyant, you're very timeless. So everything that you are bringing to the forefront, collective, is definitely something of inspiration. And somebody was absolutely envious at the fact that you were actually making something of yourself. They were envious at the fact that you were succeeding. They were envious at the fact that you were actually standing on business and actually making something work where they thought you were oblivious, or they were oblivious to your actual talent. They didn't take it seriously. And now they have no other choice but to stand in awe of you for what you've overcome and what you've accomplished despite it all. And they have a very deep, immense feeling of guilt at this time because they ultimately slept on you. They slept on your potential. They slept on the potential that you would have with them or what they would have with you. They ultimately wanted you losing out, collective. And it's a real shame. It's an absolute shame. I love the look of the dragon's blood when it's cooking. It actually turns to liquid. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. And it smells absolutely divine. So yeah, their gossip is hitting them square in the face. Everything that they did to make you seem obsessed is making them look obsessed. Everything that they tried to throw at you is now they're having to deal with it themselves. So this month is definitely a month of alchemy. It's definitely a month of transformation for you, collective. Things are about to change for you, big time. Okay? And they cannot stop this. They've run out of ideas. They've thrown everything that they have at you, and it didn't work. And some of them are actually coming down sick now. Some of them are very sick because of what they did to you. Every time they tried to drain your energy, yeah, you have love coming in. It's going to overwhelm you. Soul Tribe and Ten of Cups. So Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, and Ten of Cups. Like, I can't even, like, I haven't had this type of energy come through in a long, long time. Okay? All cups, and they're all upright. We're looking at celebration. We're looking at Ten of Cups. We're looking at Seven of Cups. And the Three of Swords in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. And the Three of Pentacles on the top. So there's definitely something about the sabotage in the beginning of things is being alchemized. Okay? And we got the Two of Swords here, the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So by you guarding your heart, and by you keeping your cards close to your chest, and by you making the right decisions, this is what's causing this betrayal. Okay? And what was meant to sabotage you and keep you unsatisfied and keep you in a Nine of Swords energy and literally keeping you begging and leaving you in the dark due to some sort of toxicity. The Four of Swords in reverse and anxiety. The Ten of Swords, you healed all this. And you're elevating, collective. And there is a Ten of Pentacles here for you. There is definitely some sort of a new stability here for you. And somebody's livid because you're healing. Somebody's livid because they can't get back in. They can't get back in and they can't deal with it because you're not causing pain and suffering. Okay? They wanted you literally fighting for your life, collective. But you put an end to all of this. They didn't were capable of doing that. You're definitely nurturing your stability and you're no longer trapped. Okay? You need to continue moving forward with your investments. Because where they thought that you were going to lose out on this investment, you need to be consistent and take a leap of faith. But they ultimately want you to feel that this leap of faith isn't going to be successful, but it's actually going to bring you wish fulfillment. Somebody's bent out of shape about this, the fact that you're walking away. And by you walking away, this is definitely disempowering them. Because you're choosing yourself, collective. This solitude is going to help you. And with everything that you've endured, you are going to get the upper hand. And you are going to get your Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. It's in the cards, it's in your destiny. Okay? You need to stand on truth. There's definitely some sort of an authority figure misunderstanding you. But they see that you've healed, that you've alchemized, and that you're following your destiny. And you're taking action. And you're walking away to calmer waters. And being unbalanced. Somebody wanted you juggling. Somebody wanted everything slowing down for you. They wanted it all ending for you. But you're ending out this whole charade. There's that sort of an awakening and seeing it from a higher perspective. That somebody was trying to sabotage you, but they're actually self-sabotaging themselves by trying to keep you unbalanced. You're definitely talented. You definitely focus on quality, and you're very compassionate, you're very nurturing, you're very intuitive. Somebody totally misjudged you. They didn't anticipate. They totally underestimated you. You just need to continue moving forward and nurturing your truth. There is a new stable, solid foundation coming in. You just need to be consistent. You're having some sort of a manifestation come in from the past. This is going to bring you a lot of clarity and going to help strengthen. This is going to teach you a little bit more strategy as to how to step into your Emperor energy, where somebody was trying to keep you from moving forward, looking unstable, and fighting basically for your life. Everything is going to be revealed to you. And then once revealed to you, you're going to be able to take action. You're being asked to guard your heart at this time. So if you're guided to be celibate, stay celibate. Keep your cards close to your chest and take action to cut out these third parties and cut out this deception. All right? Welcome in, Michael. Welcome in, Pharaoh. All right. So, I'm going to open up the table to my members first. Any of my members with a star beside your name, if you'd like a message, put a heart in the chat. Yeah, there's definitely some major clarity coming forward, collective, to manifestation. You're definitely going to get some sort of a confirmation. I believe you already have. Spirit, can I get a message from Michael, please? Yeah, somebody was trying to thwart your forward movement. That's not happening, Michael. Stay consistent. What's the best blessed message for Michael? So somebody wanted you in some sort of a Nine of Swords energy, but you're finding clarity within that. You're finding out who's actually riding with you and who's not. You need to allow that to happen. Allow it to be organic. Stop trying to hold back the changes that are necessary to take out these third parties. Because somebody's out here trying to celebrate on your downfall, and it's blowing up in their face. Pentacles coming in here for you. I see this happening within the next 3 months. But first you needed to see the overall clarity and cut out the shit. Okay? Separate the chaff from the wheat in order to gain your harvest. Okay? And this has been kind of an ongoing, it's been an ongoing message with you. If you're really having to rid yourself of all the calamity and chaos and the bullshit. And this was regarding third-party energies. People coming in to just manipulate you in a lower vibration. But I feel that you're finally cutting these people out of your life and you're releasing yourself, and now things are starting to work out for you. And this is where this new offer is coming. It could be a new job. I think it has something to do with your volunteer work. Somebody likes what you're doing. So you need to kind of embrace this new endeavor, and you really need to step into that. Okay? Allow it to happen, because it's making room for people to come in, and you need to make room for these new people, because these new people are going to be very substantial to your stability as your rise. So allow it to happen. And again, everything that you're about to lose is for your best. Okay? Certain dynamics, certain connections, certain people that were in there meddling with your energy, they're being blocked out for a reason. They're showing their true colors for a reason, so that way you can finally make a decision. Allow them to keep that energy, because some of them are going to come in and gaslight you and make you question it. Don't question it. They know exactly what. And the fact that the divine is showing you the truth, you need to trust that. All right? Is there any other members that would like a message? Yeah. So, Michael, there's definitely somebody here trying to cause you conflict, but you need to stand on business. You see, they're in here trying to fight, trying to cause conflict with you, and you see it the way it is. You don't have to see it any other way. Okay? There's no any other way to see it. There's no other perspective to see it. Right? You've looked at it at all angles. You've tried reconciling. It's time to put an end to this. Okay? Be compassionate about yourself. You can still move forward with compassion. Okay? You know, they're coming in to apologize now because they don't want you healing. So this is when you say, no, I'll take your apology, but you can keep that energy, and I don't want to deal with you anymore. No hard feelings, but you're not holding me back anymore. I'm going after everything they said I couldn't have. Okay? All right, James. Do you have any questions, James, that you want me to look into, or is it just a general message? Okay. Spirit, what's the message for James? Thank you, Jim. I'll get to you in a moment. So Lovers in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Cups. There could have very well been a divorce, a breakup, or here where you just chose to say no to a situation because you outright seen that there was somebody here trying to manipulate you or to get you to act out of character, and somebody was celebrating this. They were ultimately trying to keep you in a Nine of Swords energy and disempowered. But I do feel that by you acting out of character, they were celebrating this destruction. And maybe they were trying to get you to act out of character in order to break up with the individual. Or maybe they wanted to break up with you, so they were getting you to react in order to do that. There's definitely something here about a third party, and they ultimately did this to have you in Nine of Swords and disempowered. But you're alchemizing this. You're cutting out this third party bullshit. They didn't want you healing. They didn't want you empowered. They didn't want you rising above this. And you're taking a leap of faith anyway. They can't stop you from this. They tried to destroy your ability, of your reputation. They tried to what you were building. They tried to destroy everything that you were working on or invested in. They didn't want you to be looked at as talented or that you had sort of worth. Okay, but you have a lot to offer the world and you need to stand on that. Okay? Don't allow them to do what they're doing. Don't allow them to try to gaslight you because it's not going to work. Not anymore. You see it for what it is. Don't gaslight yourself out of it. Don't gaslight yourself into a reconciliation with these idiots. Okay? I'm not sure if I'm going to butcher your name, but I'm going to try it. Tanika McKnight? Did I say that correctly? Tanika? I hope I didn't butcher that. Welcome in. Stand on business, James. You got this. Okay? Give me a second, guys and gals. Thank you for your patience, guys and gals. Dreams, James. Welcome in, Kitty. Welcome in, Roxanne. All right, so do I have any members, any other members that would like a message? Oh, right, Jim. Thank you, Jim, for the prosperity. Very much appreciated. Thank you again, James, as well. I just noticed that. Welcome in, Kitty. Thank you so much. So, Jim, are you still with us? Yes. Okay, I see. All right, so future job opportunity. Spirit, what's going on with Jim with his current work prospects and what is coming in for him? There's something about you throwing away something that is misunderstanding you. It's like I'm really picking up on you're not happy where you're, and they're kind of sleeping on your potential. They're misunderstanding you. There's a lot of he said, she said shit behind the scenes. There's a lot of bullshit going on. It's time to cut the shit, dude. They're trying to leave you in the dark. They're trying to keep you from having any type of happiness, any type of joy. Again, it's like cutting the chaff from the wheat and receiving your harvest. But they're out here wanting you to not be happy. They don't want you to feel fulfilled. They don't want you to feel like you're a part of something. They're trying to hide you. They're trying to keep you in the dark. There's definitely something here about somebody not speaking up, or they want you to quiet down or shut up and just put up. But really, there's something here about you focusing on yourself. And there's definitely something here about you needing to heal. Okay, everything that you've went through, there's definitely something here about you getting the upper hand. Don't be committing to anything that's not within your favor, within your wheelhouse. Okay, somebody's not compassionate towards you. This could be the work. They're trying to be, they're being rather cold to you, trying to keep you from moving forward. But again, this is about you this is about you alchemizing this sadness. Okay, you need to rise above this, my friend. Learn to nurture yourself as well as protect yourself. Allow the feminine within you to guide you through this. Okay? Because somebody's trying to keep you from moving forward. They want you stagnant when you are meant to rise. You are meant to elevate, to celebrate, because there's some sort of wish fulfillment coming towards you. This is something to do with you moving forward and speaking up, taking action, and really focusing on what you want to do. And there's all like entrepreneurship. There's something about you opening up your own situation. You need to see it from a broader perspective. There's definitely success here, but you know, you might have to burn some shit down before that happens, because they're making you feel like you're out in the cold when you were born to be in this reciprocity. There's been a lot of injustice over your situation, and they're wanting you literally to fight for your life. And this is not right. Everything that was taken from you is going to be coming back to you, but you need to sacrifice and cut out the fray. Cut out the frays. Stay out of the fray. It's almost like kind of giving me an energy like you need to destruct and destroy this faulty foundation to make room for a new foundation. Okay, because right now it's kind of giving me a feeling like you're trapped. But they're trying to trap a star. They're siphoning off of the great energy. You have a lot to offer the world, Jim. And this is where you need to be compassionate with yourself. Everything is going to be revealed to you. And again, just like I said with Michael, whatever's needing to be destroyed, you ultimately need to allow that to happen, because it's going to show you who's showing up for you, who's loyal to you, and who's not. And whatever the divine is trying to show you, and whatever the divine is trying to do, you need to stand on that. You need to trust it. Whatever's about to be destroyed, whatever's about to be dismantled, it's because it doesn't serve you anymore. And if anybody has a right to be selfish right now, you've given above and beyond what you've even had available to yourself, and it's left you with nothing. So if anybody has a right to be selfish right now, Jim, it's you. Go follow your dream, go follow your joy, and go make it happen for yourself. You deserve it. So stand strong, Jim. Things are going to work out better, but you need to take initiative. And I'm really seeing the Emperor card in my head, but to some degree, like, it hasn't realized yet simply because you don't give yourself that credit, right? You don't give yourself that ability to stand in that element because of what you've been enduring. So this is why you need to find your self-worth again. You need to alchemize that sadness and alchemize that negative energy and to turn it into power. Turn your pain to power, my friend. Okay? You have what it takes to rise above all of this. There's no question. Okay? You just need to start stepping into the potential. Get inspired. There's a whole world out there that needs your expertise and what you're good at. So go out there and do that. Go out there and shine. Be the star that you've always meant to be. And don't let them tell you to dim your shine or to tell you to do something outside of who you are. You're not a pretzel. Okay? You're meant to shine, and if anybody wants you to dim yourself down, just tell them to put sunglasses on. Thank you, Jim. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Kitty, kitty. Is there something that you would like to know about, or is that just a donation? You're curious about your job? Alright, Spirit, what's going on with Kitty? What's going on with her job? Four of Cups. You're thinking that you deserve better. You know you're better. Spirit's saying, so go out and do that. This very well could just be a stepping stone for you, right? Go in, give it all you got. At least leave there with a good reference, right? You're going to eventually move out of the area anyway, right? You just got to keep plugging away. Keep moving forward. Utilize it as a stepping stone. It's not a forever home. It's not a forever job. It's just a for now to get yourself on your feet, right? Let's see. So there's something here about you needing to drop your guard. Somebody's misunderstanding your bitterness. So it's almost as like you're taking your home life to work. Like they see the stress that you are under right now at work. You're taking your home life to work and you're taking your work life home. You're mixing the two and you need them. Where you're on guard at home, you need to not be so on guard at work. Yes, you know what? Protect yourself. Protect your best interest. Ultimately, I'm not telling you not to protect yourself or stay in a energy of to stay in an energy of like, I think you understand what I think you do. I think you get it. Like, because you are so on guard at home, because of the bullshit that's there, don't bring that same attitude into work. Because you're ultimately, if you bring that to work, you're ultimately going to, I don't think you're doing this intentionally though, but it's almost like you're bleeding out onto them at work. You might be having a slight chip on your shoulder, walking around work with a chip on your shoulder. You might get frustrated and you might kind of, I don't see you lashing out at all, but if you're facing a lot of frustration, I can see how that could detriment the people around you at work, and they don't necessarily deserve it if they're not lashing out at you. You know what I mean? So like your home life is rubbing off on your work life, and again, you need to separate the two. When you go to work, it's releasing yourself from your home life, releasing the bitterness, finding the peace of mind on the way to work, and going in with a fresh mind, fresh eyes, of energy. And then that way, when you're going to find that when you go to leave work, you're not going to want to leave work and go back home because you're going to have to face the music again. But at least work is giving you a chance to release and for a time, right? But to learn to separate the two, to not bring your home life and the frustrations that you have there into work. Because I ultimately think that that's what they're trying to do at home. They're trying to get you dysregulated to the point where you bring dysregulation into work and then you lose your job and then they have something to bitch at you for and they have something to diminish you with. If that makes any sense. Then they have a reason to complain. So maybe you should just, instead of bringing that shit ass energy from home into work, maybe you should just bring that feel good energy back home. And don't let that shitty ass energy at home deter you. Let it empower you. And show them a different, more positive side of you. And show them how fucking unbreakable you are. Well, then let it occur. However, one thing I would say, though, is that you might want to let work know that you're dealing with something at home. You don't want to bring it into work. If anything, they're literally helping you become more stable. They're helping you to become more independent and show your gratitude towards that and really appreciate them for that, and let them know that if your sister calls with any bullshit, to disregard it. Maybe to record it so that way if there's anything really heinous going on, to, roundabout maybe allow know what's going on so that way there's no sabotage. Because she could very well be jealous of you, the fact that you're actually making something and it's solid for you. But it's about having the open communication and being on the same page, because if your sister's going to go in and try to ruin your job, you gotta be solid with that. You gotta be in an energy where she's not going to have that option. I just don't know how you would move to bring about that conversation at work. You know the situation better than I do. But there very well could be a possibility that if they knew the stress that you were under, they very well could maybe work at maybe helping to accommodate you. Maybe they might give you guys a room or something like that at a discounted price. Maybe it's helping them out, and maybe it's a little less money, but they can take part of your pay for the room that you're using. You know what I mean? And that way you're at work. You don't even have to travel. You're there if there's a snowstorm. You're there already. Kind of situation. Right? So figure something out, because there's got to be a way for you to alchemize this to make it better for you and to make it better for your son, to, maybe he could get a house position, like a houseboy position. I don't know. Because then you guys both could be making money, and then it goes towards your rent while you're there. And that way you're out of your sister's hair and she can't do anything about it. And then if your son gets a job, you can just gradually, over a couple weeks, start taking your stuff out without them really understanding or knowing, and before you know it, you're not even going back there. Home? No, I'm just gonna stay here at the hotel. I'm gonna give you guys your place back. You guys can go and sit in your vile energy and leave me out of it. Right? But you got to make sure that there's a way that you can save some money too, so that way you can get your own place. Maybe outside hotel, so to speak. Even if it's just a temporary situation. Or maybe if they give you a supervisor position, then you'll be getting paid a little bit more. And maybe on site kind of situation where, if somebody calls in sick and you want to, and you're there on call and you're there for your shift thing. So if you take a day off or whatever and you just want to relax, then you can relax, but you're on call. So that way they have a buffer. It could be in your contract for that. Maybe something. Well, yeah, just don't rush it. Methodical decisions, Kitty. That's your best bet. No sense rushing, because that's when you trip over yourself, and you don't trip over yourself. You deserve better than to do that. Okay, so have I forgotten anybody? Thanks again, Jim. Kitty, James, if you're still awake, thank you so much. Anyone that's blessed me this evening, I hope that tenfold blessings back to you. But I do sense the energy is definitely changing, Kitty. Okay, the energy is changing for all of us. Things are really good for a lot of people. Despite how the world looks right now.
100%. All right, is there anybody else that would like a reading? Your super chat? And any members that would like a message, you're more welcome to throw a heart in the chat. If I didn't see it before, you can go ahead and throw it in again. You don't necessarily have to pay anything because you pay per month anyway. So if you want a message, it's here for you. Name roll call. Who's in the chat tonight? It's looking like somebody just jumped in. I'm gonna have to go get myself another coffee, guys and gals. The night is still young. And don't worry, James, you don't have to roll call. I know you're sleeping. Delphine, well. Renee, would you like a message when I get back? And Delphine, would you like a message as well? You're trying to get the what away from you? The fruitful? Oh, fruit fly. Fruit fly, don't bother me. Yeah, that's actually a monitoring spirit. It's not a fruit fly. Somebody be a lurkin' gherkin in your energy. They're Delphine. Rebuke it. If you got vinegar and water in a spray bottle, and just spray it at them, and they'll fall. As soon as they get water on their wings, they can't fly. So if you got something that's not evasive that you can spray at it, spray at it. You're in a homeless camp? My goodness. Like, are you out tending it out in the weather, out in the wilderness? Or are you, like, hanging out at a shelter? Okay, well, at least you're out of the elements, which is good. Sometimes you got to take what you have and, be grateful for it. Spirit's saying something about there's something there where you can volunteer, and Spirit's saying that you should because it's going to give you some sort of, um, it's going to build your character. It's going to give you something to do. As well, it's going to help you with your self-worth because I feel that you're kind of down and out right now. And I feel that if you can be some sort of, to be useful, I feel that that's going to help your confidence. So maybe you should ask one of the supervisors if there's anything that you can help with, whether it might be with helping with food or helping with cleaning or something. Because it's gonna get you busy, right? Instead of just sitting there and wondering what the hell to do with yourself. Because I feel like you're sick of sitting around. You're sick of just not having any type of direction. And at least if you can somehow volunteer some way or some way, maybe focus on working on your resume to build up on that, and maybe it'll give you something to add to it, right? It may be something to think about. All right, I'm going to go grab a coffee and I will be right back. Thank you so much for your patience. Renee, you'll be up next. And I'm still going to throw some cards for you, um, Delphine. Okay? Well, that's why I said that it's probably better to volunteer with what they have going on and what they do allow. Whether it be simply just doing dishes or cleaning up after dinner or helping with the prep or something is definitely possible for you. There's something there, whether it be sweeping and mopping the floors, I don't know. Helping get another room ready for someone else or whatever the case, you know? But I will be right back. Thank you for your patience. We are back, collective. We are back. Josephine, are we back? Are we still here? Welcome in, Royal Priestess. All right, Renee. Let's look into something for you, my dear. Okay, what's this? Renee, you're on the fence about something. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands out here on its side. As soon as I said your name, a couple of the cards, and those two came out. You really need to look at what you're good at. There's definitely something from your childhood or your early years that you really need to kind of find joy and relive. This is something that made you happy. I'm not quite sure what that might be, but there's still time. But you're kind of on the fence of recognizing that you still have potential. And I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young you are. It's like you're kind of feeling like, you're past your prime, you don't have it in you anymore, you just don't fit. Like you're kind of spinning your wheels, grasping at straws kind of energy. It's kind of giving me a feeling like you don't know where to put your energy, you're kind of scatterbrained. And the thing is, I feel that you're losing patience with yourself. And I think an underlying kind of frustration. Spirit's saying something about you having a legacy at your fingertips. And this is about, this is something that your ex was envious about. They didn't necessarily like this about you because you were very good in a particular area of expertise, and they didn't like that. And you need to relive that. You need to kind of get back into that. Does this make sense? Okay, so if you loved riding horses and there's a possibility for you to get back doing that, then do it. If there's a case there where maybe you're too scared to get on the horse, maybe it's just working with them again. You know, even if you go out and you offer some time with grooming. Well, then maybe you can get a bit of a, maybe you can get a deal. You know, while your grandson's horseback riding, you can be grooming. Grooming for a little bit of ride session might be a sweet deal for you. But don't think your life is over. Don't think that you can't enjoy yourself. You need to get back on the saddle, so to speak. Because I feel that it would really give you a new lease on life. I feel that it would give you a new zest for life. I don't know how to call it, but there's definitely something about you recognizing that you still have potential. Don't allow your past to define who you're going to be. You have every right to change at any time that you want to change. You have every right to to move in a different direction that suits you. Not gonna lie, I really have a hard time believing that I've only got 4 people watching right now. 4 to 6 people. And it's nearing midnight. So for the next 14 days, I think I'm going to open up my schedule again. Oh, okay. You know, I had the nickname there for a little while, considering I'm only 5'2". So I guess I'm hanging out in your pocket there, priestess. Renee says you're special. I don't think she can see that message because it's in your pocket. So, name roll call, other than the royal priestess because she's working. And Renee, because I see all yellow in the chat right now. Who else is with us tonight? You can hang out in my pocket. You're only 5'3"? That's alright. Us short ones gotta stick together, my dear. Right? Where is everybody? Good question, Renee. I think I might have scared him off with last night's read. It's funny, every time I get in here and I tell everybody off, they go running for the hills. And then within a week they can't go a week without me, and they come back and they start adding themselves back in to subscribe. And then I tell them off, and then they get offended and go flying off into the hills again. It doesn't surprise me. They think the fluctuation of subscribers hurts my feelings, and it doesn't. The thing is the ones that keep subscribing and then unsubscribing and then subscribing and then unsubscribing to try to hurt my feelings. I wish they'd just stay the fuck gone and just not even bother coming back, wasting their time. Right? Oh, and now we're down to 3. So we must have had some lurking gherkins. Probably have a couple more discontinued subscriptions. It doesn't bother me in the least. Like, I'm not here for the numbers, collective. I'm here for the message, and I'm here to provide these messages for those that want it. For those that want to heal, for those that want to elevate. That's who I'm here for. To the equal contributors, I'm here for. And it boggles my mind that there's people out here thinking that, yeah, see, lost 2 more subscribers. 11,660. I was at 11,663 subscribers, so I lost 2 other ones. They just tapped out. Good. Hopefully they stay gone. I wish I could block them from my channel so that way they don't have access anymore. They don't deserve to sit there and just, gawk, sit there and laugh. I hear them. They think I don't hear them. They think I don't figure it out. They think that I don't have it all, they think I don't know. I just don't mention it because they're totally irrelevant. Is Roxanne here? I totally missed it. If she's here, I would most definitely give her a reading. If she's here, I'm sorry, Roxanne. I would be most honored to give her a reading. And see, this is why I need to bring this up. But what I'll do is I will get to her in her DMs, worst case, and I'll let her know that I didn't see the message there. Thank you for bringing that up, Renee. I will reach out to her. The full moon, full and bright, cover the darkness with your light and bring those hidden in the darkness to light. Yeah, it's happening. It's definitely happening. So I'm doing a name roll call. For those of you that are working or driving, you don't have to. But anyone that is just jumping, feel free to say hi. I don't know. Not a clue. Michael's still in the house. Let's see if there's a message here for, let's see if there's a message here for Royal Priestess of Truth. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. There's definitely something here about you gaining an independence. That's good. You're taking your power back. We got the Ace of Swords out here as well. Things are becoming very clear to you. You're moving forward with clarity. Archangel Michael's sword in hand, slicing through all the deception. What else, Spirit? Anything that is in her best interest, anything that is in alignment with her that she would like to know or need to know right now? Is there anything that wants to pop out for the Royal Priestess? Ooh, Ace of Wands. So a passionate new beginning, a passionate new offer for you. You're getting your power back. There's something here about being strategic, though. Seven of Swords out here, right side up. Somebody's trying to be sneaky. Yeah, they're trying to self-sabotage, but that ain't happening. You're too clever for them. $91.82, welcome in. Yeah, somebody's trying to create chaos so that way you can't walk away. And they're trying to dysregulate your masculine and feminine energy there, Priestess. But you're too clever for that. It's not going to work. They want you to feel unsatisfied with whatever you're focusing on. But you just continue to move forward with compassion, okay? You're not having to walk around with your guard up at this time. Just be aware of your surroundings, that's all. And continue moving forward. There's definitely somebody coming in with some sort of compassionate offer. So there very well could be somebody coming in with a love offer at some point. Spirit saying something about 3 months. I really feel that when you are feeling filled with anxiety or when you're feeling restless or the energy isn't right, yes, put your guard up. But also recognize that that could very well be projection, side source. 9 times out of 10, any of the anxiety that we have is either a warning to pay attention to, that somebody's trying to get in our energy, or it's actually somebody projecting that anxiety onto you. So really take that into consideration. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, like even for the past couple months and past couple weeks, I'm just sitting here, right? I'm minding my own business. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not watching anything stressful. And all of a sudden, a bout of anxiety comes over me. I'm like, okay, this isn't mine. Like, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you trying to get into my energy? And I rebuke you. I send you back to wherever you're being sent from and allow it to be bound to them. Let them be haunted by whatever they're feeling. This isn't my energy. I'm not holding on to their bullshit. No matter what they send to me, they I got no spoons for that shit. And no sooner I say that, no sooner I take control of it and call my power back, it subsides and it's gone. So this is the one thing that most people don't recognize, that they're sitting there filling their bodies full of chemicals to shut themselves down. Meanwhile, it's somebody projecting anxiety onto them. It's not even their anxiety. There's people out here doing stupid shit trying to dysregulate you. Also, that way you're acting out a character, which isn't even part of the deal. Right? It's not even yours to carry. Like, it's one thing to, if you're going through a rough time, there very well could be anxiety that is yours. But if you've done your healing and you rose above it and you are standing in your sovereignty, that anxiety, that depression, all of that, it all dissipates. And this is what helps you to bring yourself to peace. This is what ultimately helps you to step up and step into your power. Right? But it takes you to recognize that whatever you're feeling really isn't yours to feel. It's not your responsibility to carry it for somebody else. And they take it on to you so that way they can swap your energy. They cannot swap your destiny, but they can potentially swap your energy. But when you guard it and you guard against the fact that they're trying to do that, and you acknowledge it and you rebuke it, they lose access, and then they can't come in and do it anymore. This is how you become untouchable. Like, some people wonder why how am I so unbothered? It's like, what am I supposed to feel bothered about? That people are envious of gifts, that people are envious of who I am and what I represent, what I stand for? That's a them problem, not a me. Nothing to do with me. Like, these idiots need to get a hobby. Because I'm ultimately not out here hating on anybody. I'm not out here trying to diminish everyone. I want everybody winning. I want everybody to be able to heal, because that's what is ultimately going to bring peace to the earth. It's ultimately going to bring empowerment and confidence back to the planet. If we all step in and heal, we all take accountability for our own shit, and we rise above to help out our neighbors, to help out our friends, to help out the people that are close to us, that mean something to us. And just think for a second, if the whole world did that, we would have no other choice but to live in peace. To be in our own sovereignty, to be able to live our own life, to be inspired again, to be able to live our best life. Like, that's a win for everyone. We got some toxic ass cowards out here, not wanting to look at their shit, not wanting to look at all the pain and suffering that they and the fact that they haven't been able to endure it or overcome it, and so they just continue to bleed out onto everybody else. And it's a shame. It's a shame because they're an absolute coward. They would rather let it go and let go of the empowerment, let go of the lesson, and not even receive a blessing out of it. And the blessing is usually priceless. It's something that you cannot buy at a store. You know, the gifts that come back to bless you isn't something that you can go pick up at Walmart. It's not something that you can go order off of Amazon. Because it's brought to you by the divine. And that's one major validation of the divine working in your life, by the blessings that you receive through the divine. But unless you are in reverence of that and allow it to work its magic, chances are you're not going to see it. Chances are it's not going to be what you want it to be. But it ultimately becomes you. It ultimately revolves around your frequency of what becomes you. Bradley. Did you get cut out too and come back again? It's like, I think if people are getting cut off the live. Oh, okay. That's fine. Chicken, veggies, and potatoes. I know potatoes are a veggie, but is that what you had for dinner? Leftovers in a smoothie? That's alright. What were the leftovers? I'm kind of curious. I'm going to laugh if it's chicken stir fry or something. Oh, steak and corn? Okay. That's alright. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Are you a medium rare or are you a rare? Okay. So you like a little pink, but no bloody. You don't want to see the blood, but the little bit of pink. Yeah, you gotta make sure that it's dead, right? It's not gonna jump back to life on your plate. I'm still in the same place. I'm here until the 14th and then I'm out. But I have 90% of my things moved into storage. So it's basically just the kitchen stuff, my food, and a couple duffel bags. And I've been looking for work every single day. I've been applying at least one place, if not 2 or 3 different places, depending on what I find. And yeah, so I am doing my best to do that. So there very well could be that I might be getting a job somewhere. I'm not sure where or what, but I'm definitely applying, and it is all protected, divinely protected. Anybody that's going off after my employee is going to be brought the fuck down, because I'm done playing their stupid ass games. I'm keeping the hope anyway, and my new employment will know. So, and any information found out will be investigated and will be dealt with to the fullest extent of the law. Because I'm not playing around anymore. And if the authorities don't want to help me, I will go after whoever it is, 5-foot whip. So they should be scared. Because I'll be bringing my ugly stick with me. Because if my whip don't get them, my ugly stick will. And they're not going to like what they look like afterwards. I'll say that much. And this is where you need to gain your confidence back, Renee. I really feel that it's something to do with your frequency. You're really kind of feeling like I do feel a kind of feeling of inflation, like you're feeling deflated. Spirit saying something about it going. I know you probably don't want to hear this, but to be finalized within the next 6 months. There's something about the next 2 months that is very, very significant about some sort of paperwork going through. But then there's a bit of a lull or a delay. But it will be finalized within 6 months. But I'm also getting a feeling that he's going to get caught up for something. He's not going to see that coming. He's definitely not going to see that coming. He's not anticipating it. Well, that's the thing. Like, the divorce means that thing is supply. But if you make it to where your confidence and your frequency rises to the point where he can't affect you anymore, this is why you need to focus on your confidence. This is where Spirit's saying part of your frequency that you're holding on. Once he sees that he is insignificant and irrelevant, that his bullshit's not working anymore, that's when he's going to get bored. He's either going to double down or he's going to get bored. But it all depends on whether or not, it's not to say to poke the bear, it's not to say to get him frustrated, but if he like he's trying to project this insignificance onto you. But if you alchemize it and you rise above it and you recognize your truest potential, and I think the whole horseback riding idea is a good idea. Because your joy will override his insignificance. No, he's not the victim. He may think he's the victim, but he's just basically trying to swap frequencies. He's not wanting to take accountability for his toxicity. So now he's running, screaming, throwing a tantrum like a coward because he's not getting his way. And ultimately, they only have themselves to blame, specifically when they're trying to project onto you. Conceited? I wouldn't even say that. It's a false security. It's a grandeur, false sense of security. When ultimately he hates himself. See, that's a lot of us that are dealing with a narcissist, they don't want us to forgive them. They want us to hold a grudge because it keeps us in a low frequency, keeps us in a low vibe. That's what they can't handle. And he would sooner have you in a lower vibe, and that in itself makes him feel powerful, which raises his confidence, right? So if he can't get you in a low ass vibe, then he won't receive confidence because he's disempowered. And this is why making them irrelevant and insignificant is part of the healing playbook. And it gets to the point that when they are rendered insignificant, yeah, they have no other choice but to face the guilt of what they did, which perpetuates the self-loathing energy about them hating themselves, which just feeds the envy, it feeds the cowardice, it feeds low vibing negative energy. So raise your frequency, Renee. That is your homework. And hold on to that happy thought. The more you hold on to that happy thought, the higher you'll float. Off to Never Never Land you will go. I bless you right back there, my dear. I bless you right back. Cloud9 Galaxy? No. A starless galaxy. That sounds more like a void to me. Not gonna lie. It don't sound like no galaxy on my end. Pardon me. Oh, I gotta lay back. My back's starting to hurt. Stretch out my legs. My ankles. Hmm. 12:33. I'm a half hour over my nightly bit. I'm trying to stay on to see if somebody's gonna pop in, but Sunday night it's like it's showing here that it's only like one or two people that are on right now. I get this feeling like everybody's getting kicked off my live. Because it's only showing one person watching. And then all of a sudden there's 5 people watching. Yeah, it keeps bebopping back between 1, 2, 3, and 5 people. So on that note, collective, I think I'm gonna have it say good night at this point. I have a feeling I'm gonna be receiving a call tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, and I sure as hell don't want to mention it. So I don't know. Something tells me that I need to get some rest because I need to be up and ready to take a phone call. Whatever that phone call consists of. From who? I have not a clue. But something tells me it's going to bring clarity. It's also going to bring justice. It's also going to bring some sort of, I don't know if it's happiness or what, but it seems like a call that is going to take a lot of weight off of my shoulders. So, we'll see. I get a feeling like even if it's not tomorrow, it's definitely within the next couple weeks. There's definitely something going to happen to some degree. I'm putting it out there in the universe that whatever is in my destiny is protected, and whatever has my name on it is going to be mine. And nobody can, anybody that's trying to sabotage or thwart it is blocked out indefinitely. I'm done playing stupid ass games. I'm not out here wanting to win stupid prizes, so. I'm not entertaining stupid prizes. So on that note, collective, love you lots. Thank you so much for kicking it with me tonight. I hope you guys got some clarity. Can you ask one question? Of course you can, Renee. Spirit saying something, it's dealing with his own stupidity. Something that he should have known better than to do. I really feel like he's going to get caught up for something that he shouldn't have done. And it's not even related to you, it's totally separate. So either way, you're going to get your justice. Spirit doesn't want me to speak on it, of what that might be. Because apparently it's not your business. It's not something for you to worry about. Spirit's also speaking on something about the fact that you're going to hear about it. You're going to know about it. Okay, so Spirit's saying that he's going to be scared into submission. But that's all Spirit can tell you right now. So, collective, on that note, I want to say thank you to those that have supported for this evening, and please be good to yourself if you can't be good at it. So that way you can be good to others. If you want to donate to the channel, you know the way to go ahead. You can donate through Hipsy. You can donate through PayPal. You can donate through becoming a member per month. You can donate through a super chat, super thanks. You can hype me up once the videos are uploaded. And if there's any other videos that you've watched in the past that you'd like to hype, go ahead and hype them. It's all greatly appreciated. And I will catch you in the next live stream. Again, thank you for the support. I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good evening. Sweet dreams.